I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna go couponing today because I saw a guy on TikTok and he had some really nice deals, and I was like, you know what, let me get in there, see what I can do, right? And before I decided to do that, I was thinking, I was like, now my grandma was the one who got me into coupons, right? We used to always get those little like papers with all the like little sales papers and like little coupons, especially Popeyes coupons in churches. And so we used to coupon together, right? And so when I was younger, that show like Extreme Couponing came out, and I was like, oh yeah, they're on to something, right? But you know, I get a little funny when it comes to my groceries, so sometimes with coupon in there, you know, it's different. I mean, skincare, I can be a little funny too. It just depends, right? But all in all, with like household stuff, like I grew up on Colgate. You know, I grew up with Tide. You know, so being able to coupon and get that stuff for like way lower than like what the normal price is so much fun. I just went to CVS. Now CVS, I gotta work a little bit more. I don't know. I'm gonna try it again. And I'll come back and let you know how it goes, right? But on the topic of couponing, right? How I find some really great stuff is also through a group. I mean, on Facebook, right? And sometimes when the people like get really great deals and like they share them in the group, people are like, "Well, what are you doing with that huge stockpile? What are you doing with all that stuff, right?" And I was like, not that like we should be all up in people's business, right? Because that's their business. But what if we actually use activities like this and put them in the classroom, right? Building skills for leadership and independence for when your students leave your classroom. So let's say you have a class budget, whatever, you have to do fundraisers, whatever, right? Or you're doing an outreach activity, you raise money to do something, or let's say you want to give your students $5 each, right? There are some teachers who got it like that because they went into education because they like education. They didn't go to education for the money, right? So they can do that, right? So let's say you give them this and you're like, hey, we are going to learn about how to coupon, right? And teaching them how to coupon, like they have to read, right? You have to read the fine print on these coupons. You have to figure out how do the policies for coupons, for manufacturer coupons, for digital coupons, for in-store, how does this work at this store, right? Figure that out. Then you also have to read the papers, like you're looking at numbers. You're also like doing the math. Okay, how do I get this? I have this sale and this coupon. How can I combine these two to get my lowest out of pocket and roll over more money to continue to get more, right? Now, in the spirit of doing well with what we're getting, right? Um, you're giving them skills about managing. Hey, I got a budget. This is how much money I have going in here. So, based on my budget, looking at this sales paper and these coupons and fine print, what can I get? Okay, now let's take it to the streets. Let's go in the store. What can I do, right? Um, Another thing is you can also have these students give back to the community. So before the holidays, around the holidays, or even like if there are students who necessarily don't have everything at home, and let's say you're going for spring break or they're going for the summer and you want to give them things to take home, or you could off, because you don't want to single out students. So what you do is you create, a resource, right? So you could even just like set up a resource system within your classroom. So you're couponing things with your students, even they can be putting the deals together for you, right? Or whatever. But it's a small way to invest in your community and to teach them to be able to do it for themselves when they're no longer in the four walls of your classroom. I know I'm kind of jumping all over, but like you're really teaching them how to live, with limits, right? But also like within that limits to create more and to like build more, right? Because I get into that anyway. So give back to the community. So like You know, if you're in an inner city that has a lot of homeless population, or any town, because they're anywhere, there are people that are in need, right? You can put these kits together of things that you're getting for super cheap or free, whatever. Partner with organizations, charities, partner with Divine Nine organizations, or any graduate sorority, fraternity, boom, right? Because they're always doing outreach and need those kinds of materials, you know? So that was my thought. Now, what I am showing is just a little something of what I did today. And so I'm going to do that in a separate video.